Hello students, a very warm welcome to JEE English by Unacademy, India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. And today, of course, we are again on the fourth session of your 10 years PYQs of current and electricity. And 2021 aspirants, make sure you're also completing the past 4 lectures that we have discussed on your 2020 JEE Mains, right? So we had like 4 or 5 sessions around your 2020 JEE Mains. And if you have missed something, you can attend the upcoming special class. There we'll be discussing again all the questions around your JEE Mains 2020 mains along with the concept based shortcuts. And what is the speciality of today's session? Today's session, as usual, we are going to discuss 10 years PYQs, but along with that we are going to have very interesting model problem around your electrical measuring instruments. So yeah, this is definitely one of the good challenging problem around your meter bridge. So this involves little bit of, it's kind of a JEE advanced problem, I would say, but this was asked in your JEE Mains 2019. So do stay focused. It's a very simple problem. There is nothing, so complicated about it. So we'll be discussing many such problems in this session and also in the upcoming session. So alright, let's get into this topic. It's going to be a very interesting topic. And that being said, I'm Muralidharan Krishnan. I completed my MS in electrical engineering from one of the top ranking American university. So don't worry, you're going to get into this lecture with an electrical engineer. I'm also an IIT who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams. And I have filed 25 patent applications in India and abroad. And I have a track record of winning several national level science and tech competitions. And that being said, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be an Unacademy subscription any day. Why do we say that? Because we have the best educators across the nation with whom you can attend daily live interactive classes. We in fact have authors of your famous books like Aryan series, like DC Pandey and DC Gupta sir on Unacademy subscription platform. And students, you are going to attend these classes on a very interactive platform with polls and leaderboards where your learning becomes fun and interesting and you will never get bored throughout your journey. And not only that, we will be providing you with national level test series set by the best educators across the nation. Along with that, you will be getting access to analysis, some kind of very personalized insights using which you can improve upon your overall performance. Yes, these papers are also going to be of good quality because they are set by the best educators across the nation. And you will also get access to lots and lots of live doubt clearing session. So this is also a very important aspect of your JEE preparation, which you will be getting access on Unacademy subscription platform. And of course, you can attend these doubt clearing sessions with the best educators. In fact, every program is going to have every class, every program is going to have live doubt clearing sessions. And not only that, every program is going to be well structured. In fact, every 4th session is going to be a live doubt clearing session, and you will get access to lots of quizzes and mega quizzes. And students, let me tell you another thing. It's basically only one subscription throughout the period and unlimited access. What do I mean by that? There are no batch restrictions. You can attend as many programs as you want, as many courses as you want. There are no restrictions. If you're a 2021 aspirant, plan things very smartly. That is very important for you. Like which kind of subscription you should be going for. I'll be discussing that moving forward, and how you should be choosing the program. And if you're planning to purchase an Unacademy subscription, you can definitely comment on the live box, and I can actually guide you in the process. And of course, how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? Students, do log into your Unacademy learning app or your web-based version, but it's best to have an app so that you will get live notification and you can attend these classes from anywhere. And do click on the left-hand top corner extension bar, select IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And yes, it's going to be one subscription for both your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. And what about the pricing? It's going to be economical. And who should be going for what? So let's say you are a 2021 aspirant with no plans for drop. So let's say you're a 2021 aspirant and you do not have any plans for drop. then you want to go for 6-month subscription. A 6-month subscription is only going to cost you near about 25,000. So 25,250 for 6 months. And of course, let's say that can be, you can be a dropper as well of this year, or you can be like, 12th class students having no plan for drop. So 6-month subscriptions for you. So let's say you are a 12th class student and you have a plan for drop. So yes, you have a plan for drop, and you are a 2021 aspirant, and then you might be want to be going for a 1-year subscription. Okay, even if you're a 2020 aspirant and if you're confident that your preparation will be complete in 1 year, you may go for 1-year subscription, and that 1-year subscription is only going to cost you like less than 35,000, near about 34,650, less than 2,900 per month, 2,888. And let's say you are a 2023 aspirant, you want to go for a 2-year subscription. Yes, 2023 aspirants definitely do want to go for a 2-year subscription. And even let's say you are a 2022 aspirant, if you are planning to prepare for 2 years, this is not the time to make those plans. But if you are planning to prepare for 2 years, you want to go for a 2-year subscription. 2023 aspirants, be confident about it. This is the time to get started. It's a 2-year long journey, and you can make it happen with Unacademy subscription platform. And all it is going to cost you is less than 70 rupees a day. That is going to be like 50,400 for like 2 years. That is going to be like less than 70 rupees a day. So this is about plus subscription. We have discussed about plus subscriptions, all the features, but we do have something beyond plus subscription known as iconic subscription. So what is this iconic subscription? On iconic subscription, you not only get access to the best educators on the Western kind of platform, etc., in the form of structured program, but moreover, you will get access to personal coaching and one-on-one mentoring sessions from IIT and NIT alumni who are educators on Unacademy subscription platform. So what is this going to give you? So you will be getting, personal advices based on your preparation, and these IIT and NIT alumni who are educators have gone through this journey previously. They know the ups and downs of this journey, so they will be guiding you efficiently with motivational session throughout this thing. And we also have some of the best educators, and they will be also helping you in this journey. And not only that, moreover, you need the strategies for your preparation that would be available. You need expert guidelines that would be available, and of course what you should be and should not be doing your exam will also be available on iconic subscription. These will be delivered personally by some of our best educators and IIT and NIT alumni. So how much is this going to cost you? 34,200 if you go for a 6-month subscription. If you go for a 1-year subscription, it's going to cost you 58,500. If you go for a 2-year subscription, it's going to cost you 45,000 per year. That is like 90,000 for 2 years. And of course, if you can afford it, iconic subscription is going to be any day one of the best things that you can get for your subscription or for your JEE preparation. And make sure you apply Murali Live code, be it you're going for 6 months, 12 months, 24 month plus or iconic subscription, so that you can get the maximum discount and you can get guidance from me for your subscription purchases as well. And that being said, students, yes, we have recently introduced something known as combo subscription. So what is this combo subscription? A combo subscription is something where you can get your board preparation and JEE preparation from one place, and you can attend these classes from anywhere. And not to say we have some of the best educators for your CBSE preparation or for your CBSE coaching as well on our Unacademy subscription platform. And yes, that is one of the things. And the other thing is, this combo subscription is going to be one of the most economical things for your combined preparation. It can cost you less than 90 rupees a day if you go for a 2-year combo subscription. If you go for a 1-year combo subscription, it's going to cost you less than 120 rupees a day. And make sure you apply Murali Live code so that you can get additional discounts on your subscription, even combo subscription purchases. So don't miss it out, and let's get into this lecture. And before that, students, yes, do remember, have a plan, be it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. have a plan is the most important thing. And it's of course like plan is 50%, but 50% is your confidence level, your motivation, and your hard work. Okay, so 33% is your plan, 33% is your confidence level, and 33% is how much you are willing to put in that kind of hard work. It's a combined product of everything that you can make it happen. If you believe in yourself, even if no one believes in you, you can make it happen. So let's get into the first question, and today we have many more interesting questions coming up. Definitely do share it on your social media with your friends, because one, it is like an high quality free of cost content. So do share it on your social media like WhatsApp, Facebook groups, and Telegram channels. But also one more important thing is today we are going to discuss a very important thing, and this is going to be especially be very useful for 2021 aspirants or students who have already completed current and electricity. So let's get into this lecture, and let's get started with first problem. And this is typically one of those problems, electrical instrumentation problem. So we are given a galvanometer which has a resistance of 50 ohms, 25 divisions in it, and when a current of some 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 ampere passes through it, its needle is deflecting by only one division. Okay, now how many divisions are there? 25 divisions. To use this galvanometer having a voltmeter of 2.5 volts, it should be connected to what? One of the ways is you get started with it instantly, just using the calculations, like if you can do it in your mind. But it's a very simple question. As such, current and electricity is very simple. So one deflection is giving you 4 to the power 10 to the power minus 4 amperes. So 25 divisions are going to give you how much? 25 into 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 amperes. That's it. 25 volts. Okay, if it's given on two sides, one side is going to be indicating the direction. It can be 50 divisions, but the pointer is in middle. That means 25 divisions on this side, 25 divisions on this side. 30 divisions on both sides would be something like that. Okay, so how much is this? This is going to be 10 to the power minus 2 amperes, right? This is 100. Okay, this is going to be 2. So that is one of the things. Okay, amazing. So what does this give us? This gives us the maximum current this galvanometer can handle. Okay, so 10 to the power minus 2 amperes. Hi Aditya, I'm good. How are you? How are you, students? I hope everyone is doing good. Yes, it's a very easy chapter, definitely. So yes, I'm good. So stay focused. A very simple chapter. Now what do we have? As you know, we have a galvanometer with resistance G. Now what are we doing to increase the voltage measuring capacity or potential difference measuring capacity? We add something like an R or something, okay, an additional resistance. So this way, whatever current is going to pass through it, it's going to measure more. Okay, now that's it. That's the problem. The problem is really that simple. So we'll be saying that maximum voltage is going to be how much? In this case, maximum voltage for this, what is this? We have converted this into a voltmeter. Many times we have gone through this concept, very important concept. Definitely your PYQ is one of the ways to revise your concepts very efficiently, and very important for your exam as well. If possible, try and complete your JEE Advanced PYQs as well, because questions are directly asked in your exams from your previous year advanced questions, advanced paper. Okay, so this is the maximum voltage. How much is this going to be? Like given to you 2.5 volts, it's a very simple problem, right? It has nothing in it. This is the voltage range. And what is the value of G 50 ohms? You know this thing now. You need to find out R. That's it. So let's substitute all the values. So this is 10 to the power minus 2, and there you go. We have something like 50 ohms plus of R is equal to how much? 2.5 volts. Okay, that's it. So you take it on the other side. That's the simplest way as far as I can think. So it's going to be how much? Like 250 ohms. That's it. So if you take it on this thing on the other side, so this thing I guess going to be 250 ohms. So G plus R is going to be 2.5 into 100, 250 ohms. Okay, G we had as 50 ohms. How much should be R? 200 ohms. Right? R should be 200 ohms. That's how much easy is that problem? You know the concept, you would have solved it in less than a minute. So that's the advantage of your current electricity chapter. And other important thing is, students, we have already completed, it could be, like a little old recorded class, but try and complete it. We have already completed electrical measuring instrument in one shot. And if you have noticed, this is something that I'm again repeating. If you have noticed, you typically get one question. If there are 3 questions from your current electricity, you typically get 3 questions from your current electricity. Hardly sometimes it can be 2, but generally 3 questions. Among those, 1 question is going to be from just your electrical measuring instruments: galvanometer, voltmeter, ammeter, potentiometer, etc. We have discussed everything in one shot in 4 hours, complete lecture. It's full lecture, right? So complete it. It's available on Unacademy Learning app. So you can follow me on Unacademy Learning app and you can complete that chapter. Okay, do complete it. It's a very easy chapter. Okay, there is definitely a shortcut around. The shortcut means you don't have to dig deep into the problem to come up with all the values. Okay, in the given circuit diagram, current I3 is given, I1 is given to you. Okay, some current I4 is given to you, some current I5 is given to you. Okay, now what is being asked? I2, I3, I6 respectively. First of all, in such questions, right, if possible, you are in an exam. So notice this thing, some currents are given to you. Probably it's just only about junction law. We are not even going to get into KVL. These kind of questions are cakewalk. Okay. But you don't want to make any mistakes around this. So only confusing factor could be like minus 0.3. Minus 0.3 indicates what? Negative is given to you. So let's say you are working around a value, you got it to be negative. So then what does it mean? The direction is reversed. You assumed a direction, but the direction didn't work out. It's reversed. So basically give that reverse direction and mark the current and get started around the problem quickly. So one thing you can do is you can box it up or something. This can be a technique for your exam. And just focus on 1 or 2 values to come up with the final answer. Okay, and another thing that you can do in such questions, I'll come to that point. So first of all, let's mark whichever are the things that we know. We know I4, we know I1, and we know I5 as well. Now, if you notice the options, so in your exam, this is an approach that you want to take. Which is that unique option that you need to understand to come up with the answer? Okay, so let's see. So 2 places you have 1.1, 2 places you have 0.4 minus 0.4. So probably if we do option number 1, that is like the value of I2 is known to us. Or let's say then what about the last option? Last option we have 1.1 over here, but these 3 are equal. Probably this is correct in this case, that means. And then so yes, I think we need to work around this. Generally what happens is, like, one of these, like, 1 2 3, if I'm going to mark this as 1 2 3 or I2 I3 I6, one of this will be unique. If you just work around that unique thing, the answer would be present. That happens even in your JEE Advanced, but in this case it's not there. But anyway, this is a simple question. Okay, if you mark 2 correct things, you'll get the answer. So let's focus on the things that are going to be easy. First of all, I will move step by step, but this is also a step-by-step method only. So focus on this thing. I'm thinking which can be the easiest thing that we can do right now. So I5 is moving. This is only one branch over here, one branch connecting, one branch coming out. That means I6 is the easiest one. So I5 is equal to I6. That means I6 should be how much? 0.4 amperes. So okay, that is the easiest one. So this is not the correct answer. And then next thing, what do we have? So in this case as well, this is I1 and we know I4. So I1 is in the reverse direction. How much in the reverse direction? 0.3. Okay. And this is also exiting. I4 is also exiting. I4 is exiting how much? 0.8. and I2 should be that way how much? 1.1. We got the answer already, yes, isn't it? Okay, I2 is the first thing, we didn't get the answer, so this is cancelled out. Okay, so I2 should be 1.1. okay, next, I think among these two we need to make a decision. Definitely we need to calculate it. Then what do we have? We have something like I3 which we need to work around. I think it's basically we gotta run it step by step. That the shortcut didn't help us, but we know the value of I2 now and I1 now. I1 is how much? 0.3 entering this node. Okay, I'll come to the step-by-step thing that you need to do, but this is 0.3 entering that node. I6 is how much? 0.4 entering the node. I2 is how much? 1.1 exiting that node. Okay, and that way I3 should be something entering that node. How much is that going to be? Difference of your 0.3 and 0.4 minus 1.1, 0.4. Oh, it cannot be minus 0.4. Okay, very good way to confuse you, but it could have been it could be, it's just a 1 minute. Okay, but do it even step by step in such cases, because you are seeing a lot of confusion in this. Generally the shortcut in such cases is try to assess if one of them is unique. What do I mean by one of them is unique? If at all there is one value that is moving on around as unique, then you want to focus on that specific value. Okay, so let's say value 1 is unique. Instead of 1.1, this was like 0.8 or something. Okay, then probably you have to only focus on 1, finding out the value of I2, but in this case it's not applicable. But anyway, it's a very simple question. Just focus on node P. From node P we know okay, it's a very simple question, right? There is nothing in this question. Question has nothing in it. So node P we know I5 is equal to I6. How much is that going to be? I5 value is given to us. If you remember, I told you just always mark whatever value is given to you. Later on you can think about the direction, etc. I5, I1, I5 and I4 are given to you, isn't it? Yes, I4 and I4 and I5 are given. Okay, so that should be how much? 0.4 amperes. It's basically easy problem. So now we know the value of I6. So what is this thing very carefully? Okay, so we need to find out I2, but what is I1 value given to you? Minus 0.3. I1 is given to you as minus 0.3, which means it's the direction in the figure is this way, which means you need to take this direction. It's actually flowing in this direction. Okay, you can forget this arrow, reverse the arrow. You can just use that sign, you will get the answer. Okay, it's really that simple. If you can use it by sign, or you can do it by however you want to go about it. So let's do it by sign then, if that is the thing. But to give you a brief, you can just think about it this way. I1 is traveling. Okay, I1 and I4 are exiting which node? This node, whereas I2 is entering that node. So we could have directly said magnitude of I1 plus of magnitude of I4 is equal to magnitude of I2. But if at all that is if that is a thing that where you don't want to spend your energy in your exam, what you can do is simply do a thing. Okay, this is clear, I guess. So just keep I1 as it is. So what are those two currents that are entering the node? I2 and I1. It's a negative I1, but they are entering the node according to the picture given in your thing. What is that is exiting? That is I4. So can we say from this node, just a moment, this node R, just focus on this thing. Okay, it's not at all a problem even if you do it with the proper signs. From node R, can we say something like this? Even if you obtain the answer to be negative, you know it's a reverse direction. It's very important. Direction is very important. Multiple times the direction is the only confusing thing in your exam, especially when it comes to JEE Mains, even JEE Advanced. Okay, I1 plus I2 is how much? I4. Now, coming to this point, 20, I didn't get your question. Do you want classes on modern physics? Is that what you're asking me? Or what's your question, Pavan? Do you want classes on modern physics? You can do that, of course, if you want, if that is the thing that you're looking for. We can do a thing, we can just discuss PYQs around modern physics so that you have something for. I was thinking of magnetism. Okay, we can do a thing. We can get started with modern physics. Or else, I think, okay, let's see. I'll once assess the weightage of your individual chapters. Maybe we'll pick up few things from your modern physics, not maybe the entire thing. Alright, now watch the thing. What you're going to say, just keep, now you have wrote it according to the convention given in the diagram. So what you're going to say, this is minus 0.3. What is I1? Minus 0.3. I didn't get your question exactly, Pavan. So do type in your question. That's something that I would like to understand and what you're expecting. And I4 is how much? 0.8. Okay, not 0.4, but let's see. That means how much is I2 from both of these? I2 is how much? I2 is going to be 1.1 ampere. Okay. Next. I3. We know every single value. It's exiting the node. Okay. This entering the node. This is entering the node. So that is one of the ways of thinking about it. You don't want to do that. Let's move according to the diagram again. But use the sign appropriately, you'll get the answer. Okay. We kept I2 to be exiting the node, I3 to be exiting the node. So now which node we are concerned about? Node Q. Writing down over here, just notice the thing, left hand top corner, I've started writing it. From node Q, we know something. Okay, not this much time is not required, you should be quick. But if sign is a problem, you can go this way. What are the currents that are entering the node? I3 and I6. Can we say something? Yeah, modern physics will do that. Okay, I3 plus I6. I will once analyze which has more weightage for your exam. Whether it's modern physics or your magnetism, we'll move accordingly. We will do a thing, we'll get started with modern physics, like PYQs or something like that. I3 plus of I6 is equal to I2 plus of I1. Okay, now what I'm going to say is just use the signs as it is. Whatever the sign you have, just use them as it is. I3 we don't know. I3 is something that we have to find out. I3, I6 is how much? I6 is entering the node and the value of I6 is something that we just found out, I guess 0.4. It's basically I5. And about I2, I2 is going to be like 1.1 positive. And how about your I1 minus 0.3. If you're doing this, use this sign correctly. How much are you getting this to be? Like 0.4, isn't it? That's it. Is that it? Yes. I3 came out to be 0.4. Yes. You can think logically, but do it from the direction perspective. Just reverse the direction. If you think quickly, it's faster. Writing down each and every equation is going to be very, very complicated. Doing literally writing down each and every equation is a headache. The answer is one. We know that. We know that just from this is a cakewalk. Cakewalk wins cakewalk. Think about the answer. What is the answer? Charge on the capacitor plate as a function of time is given. and they've asked you, so this is the charge. We have no explanation around this because you don't require an explanation. You guys are smart. And what is this thing? At 4 seconds. What is this? This is saying Q is constant. It should be how much? On wave optics, yes, we can do that as well. We'll plan that session. Okay, we'll do one, or we'll require at least 2 to 3 sessions on your wave optics, right? I think 3 sessions or 4 sessions would be required if you're doing long sessions. Yes, it's 0. Good, Arch. Basically 0. Very good. The moment you look at it, your Q is constant, the charge is constant. That means dq by dt is how much? It's basically 0. That means current is how much? 0. That's it. Moment you have a look at this, you can do this. Very simple question. Very easy one, isn't it? All right. We have an interesting question. Recall BB Roy. A 200 ohm resistor has certain color code. If one replaces the red color with a green color, what does the question say? A red color with green color. Right? What is going to be the answer? Anyone? Quickly, Arch, what should be the answer? The moment you look at it, which is the one that is going to give you the red color? What is red? Red is 2. Okay, always write it down carefully. That is one of the things that you need to, because there can be also 2 red colors. If it's 2000, right? If it's 2000, there can be 2 red colors. So in this case, green is going to be how much? You remember the line 1, line 2. In line 2, the first one is your green, BB Roy of Great Britain. It's going to be 500. Okay, very simple question, isn't it? I'll come to the explanation. Okay, it's a very simple question. Okay, so let's look at this point. How to solve this? Okay, first of all, do remember to write down your BB Roy. BB Roy is the first thing that you should be. Whenever, if you are not very confident, just do this thing. BB Roy of which place? Of Great Britain is not just married, but is married to a not just a good but a very good wife. So one thing, let me remind you everything. Just a quick recap. I don't think we have any more color coding questions, any more color coding questions. So do focus on this. First is going to be what? Black. And we'll start from 0. Unnecessary in this case or necessary in this case? It's necessary. If you're noticing that point. Black. Next one is going to be brown. Done? Remember this part. So first be black, second be brown, and then it will move like with GR if you are looking at it carefully. Then we have red, then we have orange, then we have yellow. Write it, get into the habit of writing it down in 2 lines. This is, let me erase this. It's brown, you know this thing. That is going to also give you a hint that there should be 10 words present in it. This is how much, this is blue, this is what, first one is green, do remember that. Second one is what? Gray. First one is green. So if you're noticing 2 G's, don't get confused. That's it. You need to remember this. Now, if a color code is given to you, let's say, what do you have? You have something like 200 ohms. This is the color code that you need to keep aside. 200 ohms. Can we convert LED? Can we use? No. AC signal, no. Still you need to give PWM. No. You mean AC signal, AC to DC? Yes, actually possible, right? AC to DC is possible. LED, yes, it's possible, right? Rectifiers, No, right? Not possible. Not AC to DC. No, no, no. My mistake. Not possible. No, it's not possible. No, no, no. Parshav Jain, no, it's not possible. Parshav, no. Okay. First digit. Yeah, it's a diode, it's a DC thing, right? It's not possible. Second digit. And what is this? 10 multiplier to the power n, like third digit. That's it. And what about tolerances? Let me remind you, gold 5%, silver 10%, and nothing 20%. There's also something for brown and black, but these are the most important things. Post this comes also some tolerances sometimes, if you remember, plus or minus 10%. Okay. So just mark what is correct. It should be 2. First digit should be 2. Okay, that is your red. And then what should be the second digit? Second digit is 0, basically black. BL. And then BLC, let's keep it as BLC. And then what should be your 10 to the power n? 10 to the power 1, is that it? What this 1 indicates? Brown. Okay, now what is the color that is being replaced with green? This red is being replaced with green. So forget rest of the things, you have to only interchange the first digit. First digit should have been 5. There are 2, you need to think little deep, but there's only 1. So this is, write it down in 2 lines. I don't think it can be explained anymore. So your new resistance R dash is going to be 500. So why are you so much interested, Pasha? Are you doing some research? You can ask me definitely what is that research, and I can give something maybe. So that's it, 500 ohms. That's it, end of the story. Now comes the killer question of the day. This was the question I was stating initially. So do a thing, have a look at this question, at least try to guess the way. Definitely, this is a killer question. You will love it. Definitely, you will love it. Just have a look at the question. I'll give you a minute or not. Try to guess the method approach. So what is not usual? What is happening? Something like, if you're noticing the picture, the thickness is changing, right? Thickness is changing. That means the resistance is going to change, isn't it? And something for resistance is given. Try to guess it. Read the question very carefully. Definitely worth solving. And do also now share this video with your friends, because this is one of the kind of questions that you must have not dealt before. Definitely do share it on your social media and friends and ask them to attempt this question. It's a very important question. If you haven't done it before, complete it right. Let's get into this question. It's a simple one. Okay. So it says meter bridge means 1 meter wire. Generally, it should be having a meter bridge and a potentiometer is supposed to have generally, a constant resistance per centimeter or resistance per unit length. That way, it will have a constant potential gradient. But this is not that case. There is a variation. Okay. Now, what is the thing that we are supposed to do? Okay, but what is given in the question? 2 similar resistances have been attached, R dash and R dash. So that means we need to find out the balancing length L dash, or L in this case. I think L is already given to you. This is L, means this is going to be 1 minus of L, such that this is going to be like a 0 deflection. Anyway, from the given options, we cannot really guess what it is. Not at all possible. You need to work around the method. Let's get into this question. Focus. Simple question. Once asked, a very good level of question. That means it can be asked multiple times. Let's get into this question. Let's go step by step. Step by step means step by step. Let me give this a name, something like R1 and this R2. Okay, R1 and R2, we don't know what is this R1 and R2. Forget whatever is given in the diagram. I'm going to call this as 100 minus L. Okay, this is a meter bridge. Entire thing should be like 100 centimeters. Just focus on what we are doing right now. That should be good enough. This 100 minus L, this is L. Okay, so now R1 by R2 ratio is how much? It's a balanced wheatstone with 0 galvanometer, R dash by R dash. Okay, first thing we should be concluding is both are equal at this point. We know this thing. Okay, R1 is equal to R2. Alright, now we have an amazing thing over here. Now next thing, how do we work around this question? This is the part, this is but a very interesting part. Let me tell you, this is like the nicest, like a very challenging question. A very nice question is not going to be, this nice question is going to be that charge question, of course, where you can right away say it's 0. How do we work around this question is the, let's get into this. So it can be any function. Once given, it can be any function. Just assume that from next exam onwards, you may be getting one of you, not all of you, but one of you might be getting one such function. It's possible. I'm not saying you're going to get it definitely, but once you develop that aptitude, it's not a big deal. So what is given to you? This wire over here is following something known as dr by dl to be something proportional to 1 by root L. Generally, how much is dr by dl? A constant. If you remember, in the general case of meter bridge and potentiometer, dr, okay, I'm just indicating this thing, dr by dl was how much? Constant. But now in this case, it is varying with length. So this is no more applicable. Don't use that same old method. So what is given to you? You have something like dr by dl is proportional to something like 1 by root L. Not at all a big deal. Simple question. Easy, simple question. Trust me. Can we say something like this if you know this? dr by dl is equal to some constant into root L. Can we do that? Okay. We will keep on changing this constant value as as we do in every chapter. Easy way to work around this. Okay, we know this thing. Now, we have got a function for dr by dl. What do we need to do next thing? Okay, even better, I'm going to write it down in another form. Just keep noticing what are we going to do. Yes, simple, Saurabh? Yeah? Yes, it's simple. So I'm going to say one more thing from this thing. Okay, just keep noticing. Our new function is something like this. Elemental resistance dr is how much? K into dl by root of L. Namaste Saurabh, namaste, 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 namaste. And is that it? Now, what is the twist? Twist is nothing, you're going to integrate it. For R1, you're going to integrate it. We call this to be R1 if you remember. For R2, you're going to integrate it. For R1, you're going to integrate it from 0 to L. For R2, you're going to integrate from L to 100 minus L. That's it. Definitely, Durga, do ask me your doubt. Hi, Neha. Hi. Let's get into that. It's simple. Simple, students. You have to trust me. It's really a simple question. Just because a function is given, it does not mean it's a complicated question. Let's do it for R1. 0 to how much? L. take two kind of things on it. Okay, definitely to ask you questions, students. Yes, R1 is how much? R1 is integration of the dr function that we just have from something like, you know, from the length. Okay, it's not exact integration. From the length, you can say like 0 to L. Okay, so we need to substitute the function of dr in terms of dl. What it is going to be? Something like constant into dl divided by root L. This has to go from 0 to L. Okay, so how much is this going to be? This is going to be constant, is going to come out. If you are aware of the integration part, a little bit of integration has been introduced. Generally, this is not the kind of question that you would get, but this is anyway a simple question. What is integration of dl by root L? Carry out this integration. You know this. It's very simple, isn't it? How much is it? How much is the integration of it? You should be differentiating it. Ultimately, you should be getting this. So it's going to be under root L by 2 root L. Is that what it is? Yes. But if you have any issues, just take it as L to the power minus 1 by 2 and just add a 1 to it, and then add a 1 to minus 1 by 2. Okay. X to the power a integration is going to be x to the power a plus 1 divided by x to the power a plus 1. That's what we have. Once we integrated, this is the function, we can remove the integration sign. This is simple. This is damn simple now. All of you know the answer, I guess. There is nothing so complicated in it, isn't it? Even I think 2022 aspirants are understanding this concept. Okay, now what happens to this function? This is R1 that we are finding out on. Don't forget, we are just working around R1. It's going to be how much? I told you this is going to be 2 root L, isn't it? You integrate this part, it's going to be 2 root L. And now not like this actually. I have this habit of writing it down right away. K into 2 of root of L. Root of capital. Yes, okay, small L. Root of small L. Okay, we took it as small L. Okay. This is going to be from 0 to L. We could have kept it as L dash or something. If you have any confusion, keep it as L dash. So it's going to be how much? This function is going to yield you 2k root of L minus of 0. Good evening, Harshit. I'm good. How are you, Harshit? Now put the limits here. Yes, put the limits. Good. Good, Saurav. I just had a look at your comment. Yes, Durga, your question is not up. And Harshit, I'm good. How are you? Good evening, students. Yes, I'm fine. So we got some important information, that is the resistance R1 value is how much? Something like R1 is equal to how much? 2k root of L. Was minus 0, I'm not writing down the minus 0 part. Now next one is also going to be the same. Okay, we need to figure out what now. I guess this is simple now. R2 it's going to be from where to where? Limits from L to that of, you know, L to that of 100 minus L, if you are going to take it in terms of centimeter, because what is your answer given in meters? Okay, well, let's take it as centimeters. That is little easy. Okay, so 100 minus L, that's it. Okay, oh no, my mistake, genuinely my mistake. This is L, this is going to be 100, that's it. Really, that's simple. That's it. Yeah. So this is R2. R2 is how much? Integration of that function, dr function, from where to where? L to that of 100. That is it. 100 centimeters, you're keeping it in centimeters. Okay, and what is that function that we have? We have a function like k into dl by root l, and we just integrated this function. It's not at all a big deal. You know how to integrate this function. Good, amazing. So you obtained how much? 95%. Very good. 2020. Very good. So you are giving another attempt this year. Good to know. Really good to know. So this is going to give you how much? Something like so again you'll be having some 2k root of L, and the limits are going to be from, very good Saurabh, that's a good score actually. Let's write down this thing detailed in detail. If some of you might get confused here, but you don't want to, you are all JEE aspirants, you should not get confused, right? So I'm substituting the limits, so same k as earlier, and what you have, under root of 100 minus of how much? Something like root of L. That's pretty good, Saurabh. Move strategically. So which subjects you didn't cover last year? Which subjects you are good in physics? That's a pretty good thing. You know, like, you know, you have obtained 95 percentile. It's not at all a big deal for you to push to that 99 percentile. Do a thing. If at all this is students, okay, students like Saurabh, we have a student like Saurabh over here. So if you have scored 95 percentile up until now, or even 92, 93 or 90 percentile up until now in 2020, and you're a dropper, your target should be JEE Advanced. Okay, but move strategically. Every attempt matters. Your target should be JEE Advanced. It is quite possible that you can easily push that 40,000 rank. Not at all a big deal. Okay, but it's all in your hands that how well you are going to push your preparation. Okay, call this equation 3, equation 2, and equation from 1, 2, 3. Can we say that? Yes. But okay, we are running out of space, I guess. I'll do a thing. I'll erase one on the first one. I'm just going to write it down over here. Okay, just erasing everything. Just focus on the thing. You know this thing, what it is. R1, R2 should be equal. Okay, this implies the first function that we derived. It's actually, you don't even need to think about what is this. Root L is equal to 2 into k into, yes, that is very important, 100 minus of root L. 100 is how much? 10 centimeters. I think we could have kept it as 1 could have been easier. Okay, so 2k gets cancelled out. What do we have? We have something like, from this we have something like 2 root L is equal to 10 centimeters. Okay, 2 root L is equal to 10 centimeters. So this is going to be how much? Root L is 5 centimeters. Okay, easy question, simple question, no efforts. L is how much? 25 centimeters. Is it? How much is this in meters? 0.25 meters. That's it. End of the story. Okay, you know everything now. It's a very simple problem. Easy, simple, awesome, super problem. Definitely worth solving. Okay, once you have done this problem, you'll be able to do very similar problems. Yes, students who have scored well in 2020, 2021 is your chance. Move strategically. That's what I would say for physics or even mathematics. Don't miss out your strategy. Smart work. I often keep emphasizing on this smart work part. Smart work is your friend. Okay. For students who are above 90 percentile, 95 percentile, right? Smart work and hard work are your friends, and of course your confidence. Your confidence, your dedication to it. now let's get into this question. Okay, there are multiple ways of solving this question. We'll do a thing. We'll go by the general method that we use. Then we'll come to shortcut. Shortcut is also very simple. Okay, is there a way to predict the answer as such? I am not very sure. Can I predict this answer? So this is not possible, I guess. In this case, let's if it was exam, I would not be wasting time because I don't see a way of predicting the answer very quickly. This is 2 volts and I don't think there is any way of predicting this. So one thing we know is, definitely current is flowing in this direction. Okay, if current is flowing in this direction, your answer should be greater than something like near about 2. This is 1 ohm, right? Okay, this is a very rough prediction. Don't just trust me, and this is just a way of predicting the answer from this. So it's 2 ohms everywhere. It's like 2 ohms 4 volt, 2 ohms 4 volt, and 2 ohms 2 volt connected. Okay, then in that case, I'll come to this explanation. This can also be inferred from the other way. Your answer should lie between 2 and 4, of course. It cannot be less than 2, it cannot be greater than 4. Okay, between A and B. You can think about 3 cells kept in parallel. Okay, with some internal resistance, having same internal resistance but different EMF. If it was same EMF, it's very simple. Okay, now it should lie between 2 and 4. But there are 2 4 volts. Okay, there are 2 4 volts and only 1 2 volt. That means your answer should be greater than 3. It can be 3.7 or 3.3. I don't know. It depends on internal resistance as well. So let's get into this problem. That's why I told you there is no shortcut for this problem, but it's a very simple problem though. Okay, so we can do Iradav Kundan. We'll do it after your exams. Let your exams get over, or maybe we'll do it just before your JEE Advanced. We'll do it Kundan, don't worry. Iradav is good as long as you are not even for your advanced. I don't think we'll do it something like on weekends or something. I don't think Iradav is a very important book for your JEE. We'll do it, Kundan, don't worry. Okay. Alright, we have 1 ohm. My suggestion is remember the method that I'm going to teach you next, but you need to identify that circuit. Try to look into such circuits as if they are cells in parallel or series combination. Let's take this as I2, this as I3. So I'm taking I3 and I2 to be entering the node because the reason is they are like, heavy resistances, like, heavy EMF. So they should be directing the current. And whereas it's all same resistance, right? If you're looking at it, it's 2 ohms in series, 2 ohms in series, 2 ohms in series. It's a heavy resistance. First of all, if we go by KVF and KCL, this is the ideal way to go about it. Okay, now the thing is, we can write down this I1, I2, I3. We can write down something like this. It's a very simple question. Either way you can do. From KCL, I1 node that is like exiting the node A is equal to I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. This is from Kirchhoff current law. First thing, always the first thing, however complicated is it, first thing you want to focus is on. Now we need to go into KVL, choose 2 unique loops. I'll definitely do it, Kundan, too many times. Yes, we'll definitely do it, don't worry. Now the next thing is you want to be focusing on is some loop that is not going to have this is that thing that I keep telling. This is kind of the shortcut. Do focus on what I'm speaking. Now we have to of course go for KVL, but for KVL I'm choosing this loop. You know what is the reason? Because in this case, E3 minus E2 is going to be 0. If I'm going to move from this direction to this direction, both are going to cancel out each other, so that I'm going to get an exact relationship between I3 and I2. So it makes our life very easy. So that's what we are going to do. So KVL for L2 is what we are going to write down. That's it. Now in this case, what is it going to be? It's going to be like I3 into 1 ohm, I3 into 1 ohm. Basically 2I3 minus 2I3. Okay, this is how much? This is like 4 volts. E2 is equal to E3, 4 volts, 4 volts. So basically 0. It's basically plus of 0 or minus of 0. 0 does not matter. And we are moving in the opposite direction of current, so it should be plus of 2I2. It's 2 ohms, right? R2 is 2 ohms. It's simple. Okay, do remember, choose that one that gives you a relationship between current. It can make our life easy. Okay, remember that point. So from loop 2 we have something like I3 is equal to I2. Is that what we have? 2 gets cancelled out, 1 I moves on the other side. Okay, we can do this. So finally we can conclude from both this equations something like this. Okay, which is that value that I will be looking for? Any value is fine to find out potential between A and B. I2 looks more convenient, but it does not matter. Whichever you would like to go for, just substitute the value and get the answer. Here we are going to have I2. If I am going to substitute, if I am going to get the value of I1 in terms of I2, it's going to be a little convenient. So from these 1 and 2, what I am going to say, it does not matter actually, but this looks a little bit more convenient. This side looks a little bit more convenient. So from here we know that if I'm going to substitute this value, I1 is how much? 2I2. Very interesting conclusion, isn't it? I1 is equal to 2I2. Okay, is that what we have? Double the current. Makes sense, totally makes sense. Logical, very logical, isn't it? Now, next loop, individual loop. We have all the things that we need. And what is the next loop that we should be going for? This loop. Which direction I would say? I2, and we kept this I1 to be in this direction. Okay, we can go in this direction. We'll have a positive quantity. Okay, loop 2. KVL for loop 2. There is a simple method, but sometimes it depends. If you don't remember that formula exactly, it's a formula that you need to remember. It comes after all of these actually. Once you do this, it comes from KVL, but I would recommend that remember the equation. Okay, I'll come to that. Alright students, now what is it? It's E2 minus E1, which is basically 2. Okay, we are moving in the direction of current, so minus 2 I2, this is 2 ohms, and this is 1 ohm, 1 ohm. Basically we are moving again in the direction of current. Minus of 2 I1 is equal to how much? 0. I just told you what is E2 minus E1. That is going to be like 2 minus 2 I2 minus 2 I1 is equal to 0. 2 gets cancelled out, which makes our life very easy again. And we have something like I2 plus I1 is equal to something like 1 ampere. Okay, that's what we have. I2 plus I1 is 1 ampere, which is quite a simple thing. You substitute one value, you get it. I like to substitute in terms of I2. So let's do that and try and get some answer. I1 is equal to 2 I2. We know this thing. So if I'm going to substitute this thing, what am I going to get? I'm going to get something like 3 I2 is equal to 1. That means I2 is equal to 1 by 3. This is something everyone knows. Okay, there is nothing. Now you know what to do. You have one current, that is good enough. Any one current is good enough for this question. I'll get to the formula based thing as well. Okay, So what do we know? This is like 1 by 3 of an ampere. Now what is the potential between A and B? VB minus VA. Notice this thing. How much is this? This is going to be E2, that is 4 volts in this case. 4 minus, this is 2 ohms minus, do remember it's minus, it's dropping, right? We are moving in the direction of current. 2 into 1 by 3, that's it. How much are we getting? We are getting something like 10 by 3. So it's going to be 3.3. You can take any current, you will get this. Now let's get into the shortcut or the thing that you have to remember. But you need to understand, you need to draw the equivalent circuit to understand this point. This is simple, easy, efficient also. If you're doing it quickly, it's efficient. But if you are not thinking about it, you generally have noticed you take a lot of time. Then first thing, you may want to check around these kind of questions when these things are asked, even it can be current, etc. Okay, so convert this thing into, so let's think about it in another way. Okay. What I'm trying to keep noticing what I'm drawing and what is being done. Let's start with E1. Okay, we have E1. And I'm saying this E1 has 2 resistances in its series. What is that? R1 and R1 in series. Basically, how much total? 2 ohms. Now, next thing, what we have is E2. How many ohms in series? Like 2 ohms again. There's another thing that you can do, but let me not get you to that thing right now. It's a little risky. And basically, you know, if you noticed one thing, if the resistances are similar, you can basically add E1, E2 and E3 and divide it by 3. Let's not do that right away right now. I hope you understood that point. I'm just repeating it again. What I'm saying is, if all these resistances are equal, as in this case, R1, R1 again in series, so 2 ohms. I'll come to that point, what I'm saying. You can understand it once I write down the equation. So if all the resistances are equal, you can basically add the EMF and divide it by 3. Okay. Divided by, you'll get the same answer. Now, what is net EMF? It's basically, yes Deepali, yes we'll do that. Deepali, of course we'll do that. Okay, we'll start it in the month of February. Okay, now what is let's focus on this. What is the net EMF across A and B? It's basically, I'm trying to have 3 batteries in parallel with some resistance. I'm trying to find an equivalent battery like net EMF with some equivalent resistance. Resistance, they are in parallel combination. You basically take R parallel. Okay, but what about EMF in such situation? EMF value is going to be how much? EMF parallel is going to be E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus of E3 by R3. Is that correct dimensionally? No. Divided by R parallel. Or we can keep it as 1 by R1 plus of 1 by R2 plus of 1 by R parallel, I mean 1 by R3. But if you noticed, all these are having what? Same resistance. If it's same resistance, just giving you a small hint, I'm going to do a small change in this. If it's all same resistance, you can basically cancel out this term, you'll be getting something like 3 by R2. Even on the numerator, you're going to get something like 3 by R. So basically, let's say all three are equal. This would be like some E1 plus E2 plus E3 divided by R3, okay? And or R, whatever it is. All are equal. You'll be getting E1 plus E2 plus E3 divided by R. Okay, on the denominator, what you'd be getting? 3 by R. So basically, you can say E1 plus E2 plus E3 divided by R. This is applicable when R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3. Okay, let's do our way. You substitute the value, students, you'll get the same thing. You don't even need to think what it is. So it's basically like 2 volt plus of 4 volt plus of 4 volt divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So you're going to get EMF net to be how much? Once you calculate this, you'll get this to be 10 divided by 3, which is nothing but the same thing that we derived. So it's going to be how much? 3.3. Okay, you're going to get it as 3.3. Denominator gets cancelled. Okay, simple. Do remember this thing. This is what can help you solve the question quickly. We have done a current based question in the earlier session. This is an EMF based question, but you need to quickly understand and deduce what is being asked. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Simple, damn simple question. Looks super hyper complicated, but it's a simple question. Okay, in the circuit shown, a 4-wire potentiometer is made up of 400 centimeters long wire which extends between, I'll come to this question. Okay, this is a simple question. I'll come to, which extends between A and B. This is typically one of the questions where diagram looks confusing, but your confidence matters. Or if you have worked in your lab, that too matters in this case. Okay, generally this is a different kind of potentiometer that you are seeing. Between A and B, some wire is connected, potentiometer wire is connected, and this potentiometer wire, it's a normal potentiometer wire, and it has a resistance per unit length as 0.01 ohm per centimeter. Okay, now coming to the point, if an ideal voltmeter is connected with the jockey to the given circuit, what can be the expected reading of voltmeter? So it's an ideal voltmeter without any internal resistance, where it is balancing out 50 centimeters. It's a simple question. What does your battery show? Two 1.5 volt battery with 0.5 ohms each having as internal resistance and 1 ohm resistance. What would be the total the value of V, and what would be the total resistance should be your first question. Now, forget the shortcuts. You're getting confused about it. See, the thing is, if you have ever noticed in your lab, let me explain this thing to you, and then we'll move on to the question. So if you ever observe the thing in your lab, there will be some wires on your potentiometer. What is this wires, and of course there will be something like this, What is this wires? Basically wire going from like what you are seeing right now over here. The same thing. It depends how it is. Let's say it's 400 centimeters potentiometer. This is going to be like 100 centimeter each. Okay, it will start from end A. Actually, this would be connected. It's not like this. This is connected inside. The little, disconnected inside. Disconnect. Now makes sense? Now everything makes sense. It's a simple question now. No issues, I guess. This is A. This is B. This is your potentiometer, right? Yes? Isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Simple. So this is what? This is your potentiometer that you would come across in the lab. Stay confident. That's the most important thing in your exam. Okay, anyway, 50 centimeters, 100 centimeters each is given to you. Okay, 100 centimeters each is also given to you. Actually, I haven't noticed that. I thought to be different. But anyway, let's get into this question. Simple question. What is, everything is in series. This is a resistor in series. Basically, you can convert this into one battery having some bunch of resistances in series. One resistance, two resistance, three resistance, and what about the fourth one? There is also 1 ohm, if you have noticed it. Same thing. And how much is each? Okay, first of all, let me write down this. This is 0.5 ohms. This also 0.5 ohms. This how much? 1 ohm. So there are two batteries actually. This is two batteries in series, each having 1.5 volts, 1.5 volts. So total is 3 volts. Okay. One thing that we don't know yet is what is the resistance of your potentiometer. We haven't calculated it yet. There is some resistance of the potentiometer. If we calculate the resistance of the potentiometer, we can calculate what is the potential drop across the potentiometer. What should be that voltmeter be showing us? It's a simple, damn simple question. Okay. So what is the net resistance? Added all this resistance together. First of all, let's find out what is RP, resistance of your potentiometer, resistance of this whole thing. Okay. So sometimes it can be 50 centimeters from here. But do understand that if it is 50 centimeters from here, let's say a jockey is placed and it is 50 centimeters from here, that means you are measuring potential at not 50 but 350 centimeters. Be very careful about it. Okay, be very careful about it. What I'm saying is, if you are, let me explain. It's very important. So let me take maybe like something in the middle. Let's say I'm measuring over here with an voltmeter. Okay, so with an voltmeter I'm measuring, and in this case given to me this is 50 centimeters. Instead of this being 50 centimeters, which is simpler, this is 50 centimeters. Each is 100. Okay, 100, 100, 200. Where you're measuring, you're actually measuring at 250th centimeter. And over here, if I'm saying 50 centimeters, where you're measuring at 350 centimeters. 50 centimeters, 300, 100, 200, 300, and another 50. So 350th centimeter. I hope you understood this point. Okay. If not, do watch it again. Alright. So let's get into this question. This question is very simple. Okay. This is simple. That was just to give you a hint how to do it. So alright students, now what do we need to do? We need to find out the resistance of your potentiometer, and you have the value of R. Okay, resistance per unit length. What you're going to do, it's given in centimeters. Basically multiply L into R to get the resistance of your potentiometer. So it's going to be 10 to the power minus 2. R is 10 to the power minus 2. How much is your length? 400 centimeters. Okay. That's it. Generally it's 400 centimeters or 800 centimeters in your lab. So resistance of your potentiometer is 4 ohms. That's it. So this guy is going to be how much? 4 ohms. A simple story. Easy story, simple story. Now how much is the total resistance of the circuit? Our series is how much? 0.5 plus 4 plus 1, 6 ohms. What is the current? Current is going to be 3 volts by 6 ohms, basically 0.5. 0.5 volts, 0.5 amperes. 0.5 amperes is the total current. Now let me ask you a question in this case. If 0.5 amperes is the total current and all of these are connected in series, what is the potential drop across your RP? Potential drop across your potentiometer is nothing but resistance of potentiometer into the current. How much is that going to come out as? This is going to be like 0.5 into 4. How much is this? 2 volt. Amazing thing we have got. We have got potentiometer potential to be 2 volt, and now let's get into the next. The next one is also very easy. That's it. This is what we need to know. So what I'm saying is, okay, 400 centimeters, this total potentiometer is dropping how much? I think most of you have already come to the conclusion. So 400 centimeters is dropping 2 volts. How much is this first initial 50 centimeter going to drop? This 50 centimeter will be dropping something like 2 volt divided by 400 into 50. It's going to maintain a constant potential gradient. The best way I should have been going through, but this is not the way to do it in your exam. That anyway, lambda is how much? 2 by 400. Something like 1 by 200 volt per centimeter. Okay, that is what you need to be thinking about. This is your potential gradient. That is what your potentiometer is doing. Potentiometer is supposed to maintain constant potential gradient. Is that it? That's it. 1 by 4. So at 50 centimeters, it's going to be, how much is the potential drop across that 50 centimeters? 0.25 volts, basically 1 by 4. Okay. Very messy calculation, but let me again conclude one thing. Just giving you a quick example of this thing. 1 by 4 volts at this point. Let's say I'm measuring with the voltmeter over here. How much is this going to be? Half a volt. If I'm measuring, let's say over here, how much is this going to be with the voltmeter at this point? How much is this going to be? Like 0.75 volts. If I'm going to measure over here, how much is this going to be? Like 1 volt. Half of it. 200 centimeters, right? 100 centimeters. 100 centimeters. Let's say I'm measuring over here. Let's come to this. This is interesting. Okay. Just giving you a good example to understand the real working of your potentiometer. Let's say I'm measuring with the voltmeter over here. Okay. And this is how much, this is like 25 centimeters. Or let's say this is given to you as 75 centimeters. Even worse. Not worse, easier still. 25 centimeters. So how much is this? This is going to be 325 centimeters. Question is not this, but let's focus on this. So at 300 centimeters, how would you find out? Basically, let me do this neatly. Important. At 325 centimeters, what is going to be the potential drop? 325 multiplied by your potential gradient. Basically, it's 325 multiplied with the potential gradient. I hope this helps. This concept should be clear, students. So in this case, how much this is going to be? 325 into 200 by 400. Okay, I'll be thinking about 25 as the 4. This is going to be 16, and this is going to be like 13. Is that correct? So anyway, this is just a calculation. So yes, I think it's 13. Okay, 13, and this is going to be how much? 8. Something like 13 by 8. 13 by 8 means it should be like just a moment. 1.5 plus of 0.125. 1.5 plus of 0.25. 1.5 plus of 0.125 is going to be how much? 1.625 volts. Okay, this is what you will be getting as the final result. That is just a calculation thing that I have been doing. You can do it however you like. That's it. Okay. We are running out of time, but I'll discuss this point tomorrow, your derivation. But a very simple thing. I will conclude this question in a single word. A cell of internal, very important, student. questions have been asked in your JEE Advanced as well based on just this concept. A cell of internal resistance R drives very practical. You can use this in research. Like right now, you know, if you are noticing any wireless power transfer theorem, they are making use of this thing. A cell of internal resistance R drives current through an external resistance R. The maximum power delivered by the cell to the external resistance will be maximum when R is equal to R. When internal resistance is equal to external resistance, you are going to get maximum power at your external resistance. This is also known as MPT, maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power transfer theorem. Not just in this, impedance matching would be done. We can derive this tomorrow, not a problem, but this is a simple one-line answer. What if you're, let's say, you have an internal resistance of 10 ohms, and how should you place 220 ohms so that you get maximum power out of the 220 ohms? Basically, place the 220 ohms in parallel. That's it. Alright, let's derive this tomorrow. It's an easy concept, we can do it even today. But let's do it tomorrow. We are running out of time. We'll take it up tomorrow. We have many more interesting questions coming up. And students, sorry, this is not the correct one. So this Monday we'll be having current and electricity PYQ discussion of your 10 years. Don't miss it out. I've already you can enroll today. I've already launched all your special classes. You can follow me on Unacademy Learning app. So it's going to be current and electricity 10 years PYQ discussion. So if you have missed 2020 JEE Mains PYQ of current and electricity, you can attend it this coming Monday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on your Unacademy Learning app, which is going to be a free of cost special class. So don't miss it out. Enroll today. And students, that being said, we have already completed A to Z of your units, dimensions and measurements on your Unacademy Learning app, which is also available for free. You can complete that as well. It's a free of cost special session that is available, a complete series, in fact, a complete series that is available for free of cost. We have completed units based problem, dimension analysis of important quantities, and also, you know, dimension analysis of your constants, etc. And we have completed even least count analysis, error analysis, measuring instruments like vernier calipers and screw gauge, etc. And students, that being said, why is this an important chapter for 2021 aspirants? See, one thing is we have discussed dimensional analysis of some of your important quantities, so constants, etc. You can make use of these, lectures to directly solve problems in your rest of the chapters. And once you attend this chapter, right, you'll understand how to make use of constants to predict the dimensional consistency. And dimensional consistency is a way not to just solve your problems in your units, dimensions and measurements chapter, but also some chapters, also many chapters like your magnetism, your electrostatics, your heat and thermodynamics. You know, many questions where you have to all analyze this dimensional consistency of the options and predict the answer. So you can do this by attending this session, because we have discussed pretty much everything, and we have discussed everything in this 4+1 session. And more importantly, it's an easy chapter, be it in your exam or be it during your preparation. It's going to be less time consuming, be it during your exam, be it during your preparation. And not only that, you definitely get a question. You definitely get questions from units, dimensions and measurements. You can check out past 10 years paper. There would not be a single paper without units, dimensions and measurements problem. And not only that, students, yes, definitely do attend it. And if you want to get live before time updates on session conducted by our JEE English team or by me on Unacademy Learning app, or on your Unacademy Learning app, or your JEE English channel, you can just do a thing, get onto a Telegram channel. If you don't have a Telegram app yet, just do download the Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store and post that. Just click onto this link which is available in the description box below, and you'll be getting onto a Telegram channel where you can get live before time updates on every class conducted by our JEE English team. Not only that, we keep you posted with any updates on your exam, any news on your exam, instantly on this Telegram channel. So do get onto a Telegram channel. You can also type in JE_English to find us on Telegram. And students, that being said, if you do not have an Unacademy learning app yet, just do type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store. The first search result is going to be Unacademy learning app. Click on this install button. Why you should be having an Unacademy learning app? Because you will be getting live updates. So follow me and you will get live updates. Once you follow me on Unacademy learning app, you will be getting live updates on every class conducted by me. And I keep conducting many free of cost A to Z sessions. I keep conducting PYQ sessions, etc. Right? So you can get all this exam oriented, like fast revision based lectures, the two free of cost sessions, updates, live notifications by downloading an Unacademy learning app, and moreover you can attend classes from anywhere. Even if you're a subscription student, you have an advantage of attending and listening to classes from anywhere. So do install this app, the most downloaded education app in India. And that being said, just the most competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever is going to happen again on 17th of January. That is this coming Sunday. And why is this important? We have dedicated sessions for 11th class, 12th class, 13th class, and what is 13th class? Droppers and long-term students. Hi, Shushma. Hi. So yeah, we have dedicated session for droppers and long-term. And yes, so what is this? This is nothing but a competition of 45 minutes where you're going to compete with a very good crowd at a national level. There will be toppers attending this Unacademy combat. Just a 45 minutes test where you're going to compete with them along with gamified experience. You'll be getting solutions, some of the best explanation, detailed explanation of the solutions by our best educators. So it's going to be the competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever, which is going to be a nice learning experience for you. You'll be attending good questions, and not only that, it's going to be a rewarding experience. You can win lots of rewards and prizes. So we are going to distribute MacBook Air, Apple iPad, Apple EarPods, and moreover hundreds of Amazon vouchers. So on this January, compete live and win rewards and prizes, students, and enroll today itself if you're planning to attend it. So attend it with Murli Live Code, enroll with Murli Live Code. Not only that, you can use Murli Live Code to unlock many features on your Unacademy learning app. Make use of Murli Live Code whenever and wherever possible on Unacademy learning app to get the best discount, to avail the maximum benefits, and to get many more things. So enroll today with Murli Live Code. It's going to be an interesting thing overall for your JEE preparation as well, and an interesting thing to, and a very you can win some amazing rewards. And that being said, if you are looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription in India. Why do we say that? We have the best educators across the nation on Unacademy subscription platform. How many hours do we have to study in a day, Shushma? Depends upon which year you are in. So let's say you are like a 2023 aspirant, all you need to give is 3 to 4 hours a day. Okay, let's say you're a 2023 aspirant, you've done only 20% of your syllabus. I would say 6 to 8 hours just on your JEE preparation. And you're a 2021 aspirant, as much time as possible, especially if you're a dropper, as much time as possible. Okay, so yes. That being said, yes, but if you're thinking about it, can I do it right now? I've just done 30%. Move strategically, move smartly. That's the most important thing. Yes, we have the best educators across the nation on Unacademy subscription platform with whom you can attend daily live interactive classes on a very interactive platform, an interesting platform with live polls and leaderboards. For under 50, you have 2 years. So you're a 2023 aspirant then, Shushma, isn't it? Is that it? So that way I would be saying, if you have 2 years, I would be, you have a high aspiration, right? Spend as much time as possible. First year, just forget your boards. Like you have 11th class exam, right? 10th class, do focus on it, just pass, that is very important. You should be getting 75% and above on your boards, just manage to do that. Prepare well for your boards. I'm not saying that don't prepare well for your boards, something like that, but your primary focus should be your exam. That's it, JEE Mains. And if you have 2 years still to get under 50, I would say move strategically. There is nothing better than a strategy, having a smart plan. Okay, choose chapters that have high weightage. Choose chapters that are interrelated and easy to complete. Maybe get started with second year topics, like parallelly. So let's say you are a 2023 aspirant. So one of the best things that you can do is get started with electricity and magnetism parallelly while doing your mechanics. Mechanics is anyway going to be a part of your let's say your coaching or an academy subscription program, etc. And at the same time, you can start working around current and electricity chapters. Except if you're on an academy subscription, do that. Definitely do get started with an academy subscription, current and electricity chapters, etc. Start with electrostatics, complete magnetism, complete your current and electricity, go for modern physics, optics, parallel. That way, within 1.5 years, you are thorough with the things. You're 2023 aspirant in terms of physics. Similarly, you'll be doing something for maths and chemistry. That is something that you should be having a plan in mind. But that is the strategy that you're still adapting, right? You're not moving just according to your schedule that is being given, etc. Move strategically. That will help you a lot. Depends upon your weightage, right? Some chapters do have heavy weightage. And if you still have 2 years, students, one of the worst mistakes everyone does is neglects the first year topic. So we do not focus on first year topic. We are not serious until 1 year. So don't do that mistake if you're 2023 aspirant especially. So focus on whatever chapter is coming across you, whatever is being taught. Focus. You're attending some live classes. Let's say today kinematics is being taught. Focus on it. Do not ignore the chapter. That is going to be like each mark is going to account for your ultimate success. And if you want to get under 50, that should be a thing that you should be doing. So yes, that is the way to go about it according to me. So try to cover as much syllabus as possible. Let's say you want to get 50 under 50 in JEE Mains. You should be doing also PYQs of JEE Advanced and JEE Mains, and doing your board syllabus good, but most focus should be on your JEE preparation. Attend as many test series as possible. Get your doubts cleared on time. Very important. Doubt should not be there in your mind. Conceptually, you should have good amount of clarity, at least when it comes to physics and mathematics, and even chemistry, organic and physical, and maybe even inorganic. I'm not sure about inorganic because I'm not done inorganic ever correctly. So that's the reason I would not be able to recommend you much. So that way, this should be your target, like understanding things very conceptually, moving strategically, parallelly completing things, but doing only catching up until the level required for your JEE Mains, that is doing until JEE Advanced PYQs. You should be conceptually perfect. You should tie out all the questions. So let's say in current and electricity alone, there are anywhere around 150 PYQ questions. So think about it. You have solved it. That is one of the things you should be questioning yourself. So that way you will be ready for everything. So that is just JEE Mains. JEE Advanced, there would be, let's say, like anywhere around 20 to 30 questions, or more from 1990s, right? So like anywhere around 50, 60, 70 questions, 80 questions and all. So that way you will be maintaining that perfection for your preparation. But after that, you can go for errata, you can go for, hyper complicated books, etc. Focus on one book, PYQs, concepts, more importantly concepts, PYQs, and JEE Mains and JEE Advanced level problems, and then go for difficult. Don't waste your time on unnecessarily on your like, I'm not saying it's waste of time. If this is your aspiration, getting into IITs and NITs is your aspiration, with a very good rank, rather than Olympiad, etc., you should be focusing on this. Olympiad could be a good thing. There could be students who are doing very well in Olympiad as well as in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, but this is my personal advice to you. Alright, I hope this helps. What are the main chapters, students? What are the main chapters? Electrostatics, current and electricity, magnetism, rotational mechanics is also very important, but I would say go for optics and thermodynamics, and then move into modern physics. Of course, modern physics, pretty much everything, Maybe you can ignore waves a little bit. Maybe you can ignore not rotational mechanics is important. Given that you are 2023 aspirant, 2021 aspirants, if rotational mechanics is a problem, just you can take it up later. All right, I hope this helps. And yeah, do check out my strategy sessions to know my strategy sessions, previous strategy sessions to know what are those important chapters. Okay, let's get into this. Yes, that being said, yes, not only that, we keep conducting test series set by the best educators. and you'll be also getting analysis based on which you can improve upon your overall performance. And you'll be also getting access to live doubt clearing session, lots of live doubt clearing session, lots of quizzes. In fact, in a structured manner, every program on Unacademy subscription platform is going to be structured. You'll have 4th session as doubt clearing session. So not only that, students, Unacademy subscription does not restrict you by any batch. You can attend as many classes, as many courses as you want. This is an amazing thing about an Unacademy subscription platform, where you would be getting access to many programs that you want to attend. And that being said, yes, how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? Students, first of all, log in onto your Unacademy learning app, or else do it from web-based version, but have an app handy so that you can get live notifications for your plus classes as well. And then hit on this plus subscription, like select the plus subscription plus button, and then select IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And in fact, it's one economical price for both your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation on your Unacademy subscription platform. Depends, Shushma, depends upon your preparation, right? Quota is definitely good, I'm not saying, but quota, there are many institutes. You should be careful about which institutes you are going. More than anything, right, stick to one good educator for your preparation. It totally depends where you are studying. I agree to that point. Quota, of course, as good, like faculty, etc. But that way, it should not be like 3 months you are attending in some other institute, then after 3 months you have thought you are going to go for another institute. Be sure about the institute that you are going for. Be sure about your faculty that you are going to get. You're going to get that kind of faculty, that quality faculty. You should be going for that one. Okay, for all 3 subjects, of course. Balanced approach is very important when you're aiming for rank students. It's not about just scoring 100% in one paper. If you score 100% in one paper, 50% in the rest of them, you're probably not even going to qualify. So maintain a balanced approach. It's not about one subject, all 3 subjects. I cannot personally comment on any institute, but it depends upon the environment, it depends upon the faculty, it depends upon your willingness to give the time. It's an overall package. It's not. It's an overall effort. So it's up to you how you are going to do it. All right. So yes, students. That being said, how much is the pricing? It's economical, and who should be going forward? So let's say you are a 2021 aspirant. No plans for drop. Okay. So you can go for 6-month program, which is going to cost you only 25,250. It's like only 25,000 for 6 months. And if you have any plan for drop right now, if you have plan for drop, you have only completed 10% syllabus, then probably if you're a 2021 aspirant, go for 1 year subscription. Even 2022 aspirant, if you think you have completed many of the things and you need only 1 year to do it, you can go for 12-month subscription. A 12-month subscription is going to cost you only 34,650, less than 2,900 per month, 2,888 per month. You're welcome, Shushma. Of course, you're welcome. Okay, and 2023 aspirants, if you're planning to start now, you can start now with us. And what do we have for 2021 aspirants? First of all, we have dedicated batches, right, for 2021 aspirants. For 2022 aspirants, not only that, we have launched a batch for 2023 aspirants by Vibrant Educators, so you can start attending them as well on Unacademy subscription platform. So let's say you're going to get into 10th class or 11th class. This is an ideal time to start giving 2 years. 2 year JEE preparation is going to be really awesome, because it's a 2 year long journey. 2 years you can prepare well, you can give the time, you need not be worried about exam, etc. Exam pressure will be off your mind. You can relaxedly focus on many things. And of course, this is going to cost you only 70 rupees a day. Okay, if you go for a 2 year subscription. So plus is something that we just discussed, best educators on the best of the kind platform, a complete package for your JEE preparation. But we have something beyond plus, that is Iconic. What is Iconic? On Iconic, you not only get access to all the features of plus, along with that we'll be getting one-on-one mentoring session, personal advisors, expert guidelines from IIT and NIT alumni who are educators on Unacademy subscription platform. So they have previously gone through this journey. They will be able to efficiently guide you in this process. That is the most important thing, right? So someone who has already gone through this journey will be able to help you with the kind of motivations that you need, because they know the ups and downs. Not only that, they'll be guiding you with the strategies for your preparation and for your excellence in your exam. And yes, so think about it. Not only that, we have some of the best educators across the nation. You'll be also able to get advice on those depending upon your difficulties, etc. So it can be one of the best things if you can afford it. And a 6-month subscription is only going to cost you 34,200, and a 12-month subscription is going to cost you 58,500, and a 24-month subscription is going to cost you 45,000 per year, like less than 50,000 a year. Okay, and that is our iconic subscription. And make sure you apply Murali live code, be it you go for plus, iconic, 6 months, 12 months, 24-month subscription to get maximum discount, students, to get maximum discount. And this is of course going to be like one of the things, because you're getting all the information from me, the best information from me. Yes, so yes, you can get maximum discount by applying Murali Live code. And that being said, we have recently launched one more thing known as combo subscription. So what is this combo subscription? A combo subscription is like your 12th board coaching or 11th and 12th board coaching along with your IIT JEE coaching in one place at an economical price. Also, we have different variations in them. You should be once asking the Unacademy team, Shushma. Yeah. Good question. Do ask Unacademy team. I think we do get in touch with the team. They'll be able to inform you about this. So yes, that being said, this is about your combo subscription. So it's your JEE preparation and board preparation in one place, CBSE board preparation in one place. In fact, for CBSE, we have some of the best educators, and even for IIT JEE, as you know, we have authors like DC Pandey sir and like DC Gupta sir, IITians, NITians, many more people on our subscription platform. And students, yes, coming to this point, which package you should be going for, how much is it going to cost you? Let's say you go for an iconic and plus. Okay, iconic of IIT JEE and plus of CBSE, it's going to start at just 4,687. Let's say you go for a full iconic subscription, iconic of plus, iconic of IIT JEE and iconic of CBSE, it's going to cost you 5,500. And if you go for a plus and a plus, it's going to be the most economical one. It's going to cost you like less than 90 rupees if you go for a 2-year subscription, or if you go for 1-year subscription, it's going to be less than 120 rupees. It's going to start at 3,037 per month. And of course, if you go for plus of IIT JEE and iconic of CBSE, it's going to cost you 3,900 per month. And students, yes, that being said, make sure you apply Murali Live code while you purchase combo subscription as well. Whichever variation you are going for, make sure you apply Murali Live code so that you can get the best discount. Don't miss out the discounts. Discounts are also applicable on your combo subscription. That being said, students, we have some convenient payment options for you, which I typically recommend to students. One is pay in parts, using which you can split your payments into multiple parts and you do not have to go through the hassle of paying all the fee at once. We also have access to something known as no cost EMI, where you do not have to bear any interest on your easy monthly installments. Yes, of course. Paid parts and no cost EMI are two things where you do not have to go through the hassle of paying all the fee at once. And yes, of course, students, we also have access to debit card, credit card, UPI, and net banking, etc. These are two typical payment options that I recommend. That being said, right now our team is also available on iconic subscription. You can take your JEE preparation to next level with our personal coaching from our JEE English team. We have a team of IITians, NITians and head of coaching institutes on our JEE English channel, and as well as we are right now on iconic subscription, and you can get our expert guidelines, many more things, IIT JEE workshops from our team. And we have launched a Manzil batch for 2022 aspirants and a rank booster batch for 2021 aspirants. You can enroll for it now. We have some of the best educators taking up this batch. And yes, students, do not forget to like and share this video. And as you know, on 17th of January, we are going to have an Academy Combat, and 31st of January again, we will be having an Academy Combat. Be sure to attend it. Not only that, another interesting fact would be like, we have launched a batch for 2023 aspirants by Vibrant Educators and 2022 batch by our Bansal classes, so you can attend them as well if you're a 2022 aspirant looking for such thing. And we have launched quite a few batches for 2021 aspirants as well, and you can attend those super JEE etc. And we have launched an RM batch and etc. for your 2022 preparations. Be sure to check out them as well. And students, yes, do not forget to like and share this video, because it's a free of cost, high quality, full length content for your JEE preparation. And click on that bell notification and subscribe button, and do share it on your social media with your friends. Be it can be like Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, Telegram channels, etc. Do share it, do like it and share it. Click on the bell notification. And students, yes, that being said, do not forget to share it. Sharing is caring. Work hard and smart to achieve your success. Acquire knowledge and keep sharing it. And 2021 aspirants, avoid any gossips. And tomorrow at 7:30 again, we are going to have this PYQ. And again, let me tell you something. At 6 p.m. we are going to discuss a very important topic for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. It's about your Kepler's law. So we'll be discussing your Kepler's law etc. tomorrow. And 7:30 p.m. we'll be having. So tomorrow it will be like mix of problem and theoretical session. Don't miss out this session. And yes, also try and complete 3 and 4 lectures that are prior to this gravitation lectures. So they are the most important topics from which you get questions in your exam. And tomorrow 7:30 again we'll be having PYQ session. We'll be discussing many more PYQs. We'll be completing a revision. We'll be having a good amount of problems, near about you can expect 200 and odd problems by 150 and odd problems by the end of this PYQ session, just on your current electricity from different concepts. And make sure you apply Muralidharan code whenever and wherever necessary. And one more thing, current electricity is an important chapter, do not miss it out. And complete electrical measuring instruments. Electrical measuring instruments in one shot is available for free of cost on your Unacademy Learning app. So do follow me to get live updates on your Unacademy Learning app. Take care, stay safe. Bye bye students. Bye bye Shushma. Bye bye.